That man says he wasn't expecting the call he got this morning for the state attorney's office.
An appeals court overturned the murder conviction of the man who shot and killed his twin brother. 42-year-old Mike McCue died after being shot in his yard in Jacksonville Beach back in 2011. This man, 33-year-old Charles Pierce, pulled the trigger and also fired at his own stepfather. A jury convicted him of murder in May of 2014. Channel 4's Kamasi Aaron joining us live at the Duval County Courthouse. Kamasi, what's behind the decision?
Well, it really all boils down to an interview that Pierce did with police in Arizona once they arrested him there days after the shooting. That interview was not shown to the jury here at the Duval County Courthouse during the trial, but the appeals court said that it should have been because it's relevant. The judge thought that it wasn't. Now could come a new trial, something that's hard for McCue's family to think about.
So for this comes as a New Year's Day. What a New Year's, you know.
It's not going to be easy for Mitch McCue to celebrate this New Year's Eve. It's hard enough with his brother gone. Now even harder knowing the man who killed him will likely get another trial after an appeals court overturned his murder conviction in the first one.
Yet again, we're going to go through the entire trial process over some trivial interview that wasn't watched. I mean, seriously? I mean, that becomes comical at best.
That interview was at the heart of the court's decision to overturn. It was of Charles Pierce the day after his arrest in Arizona, 11 days after the shooting. Defense and prosecution experts watched the interview in which Pierce made several delusional statements, and those experts gave differing opinions on his state of mind. But when the defense asked if the jury, who was tasked with deciding whether or not Pierce was insane during the shooting, could watch that interview, the judge decided to exclude it. She said the statements were inadmissible as hearsay. The video was irrelevant and would be confusing given all the other witness testimony. The First District Court of Appeals didn't agree. It said the testimony would show Pierce's state of mind, not the truth of a matter, and therefore wasn't hearsay. The appeals court ruled it was relevant, and the jury was entitled to see it. We asked attorney Randy Reef, not affiliated with the case, about the decision.
Two different doctors came to opposite conclusions from the same source, and considering that source is something that really was relevant to the jury. If you're asking them, was this person crazy by the McNaughton standard at the time of the commission? Two different doctors have different conclusions. What's yours? Wouldn't it be sensible to have them view the same source?
Despite the appeals court finding and a possible new trial, McCue's family says they still find peace in the outcome of the first one.
We already have a decision based on the jury of our peers and Judge Salvatore, and we're good with that. If it comes out differently and he's allowed to roam free, then that is what that is.
Now, for the first trial here at the courthouse, that courtroom was full of McCue's family, but his brother told me earlier today that if there is indeed another trial here, they are not going to attend. He said it's just too much for their family to have to go through all over again. Reporting live in downtown Jacksonville, Kamasi Aaron, Channel 4, the local station.
So, Kamasi, what's next in this case?
Well, I just heard from the state attorney's office, and they told me they do plan to retry this case. They've been in touch with the McCue family, saying that their thoughts and prayers are with them, but right now they're saying they do plan to retry this case. Back to you.
Kamasi Aaron reporting live from the Duval County Courthouse. Kamasi.